Hi there, my name's Jeremy and I'm an internet marketer. I make my living working on the internet. I'm 51 years old, I'm an ex-plumber, and let me tell you, I'm dyslexic, I'm no good at spelling. If you've ever seen any of my posts on Facebook or anything like that, you'll know that I'm a complete numpty. But I'm blessed. I'm blessed in one thing, and I'm blessed in many things actually, and I'm blessed because of my age, because you know I'm 51 and I grew up in a life, you know, in my younger years that I had a fantastic life as a young boy. I didn't have internet, I didn't have mobile phones, I didn't know what a mobile phone was, and I didn't know what computer games were really. You know, the first computer game that I had used to be on a little cassette. It was Amstrad, you know, made by Alan Sugar, and you had to put that cassette in and it would load. It would load for maybe an hour before you could actually play the game. So eventually they brought out the computer games, which was I think it was the Sega Mega Drive. You know, the Sega was the first game, and then my generation went from the Betamax. We went from there to you know, the videotape, and then from the videotape they went on to the DVD player, and the internet started to take off. And as the internet started, you know, I've only had a computer, I think now it's about 24 years. It was the very first time I bought a computer. My father-in-law introduced me to a computer, and it was a Windows 3.1, and it was basically a black screen, and you know, it was real basic. And so I see the era of the computer age come about, and the mobile phones and the smartphones. You know, I remember my first mobile phone was a Motorola, and it had a big battery underneath it. You know, it was like a suitcase that you carried around, and that was a mobile phone. So I'm blessed that I went through all of that. Now, I think that young people today are at a disadvantage as what I am, because they're born with this stuff and they believe that you know, they take this stuff for granted. But you know, my generation, we don't take it for granted, and we realise that you know, there's a lot of money. There's a lot of people making money working on the internet. Now, you may be looking at this screen and thinking, yeah, that's all right for the young people. You know, it's all right for somebody in their 20s or their 30s or even their 40s. It's not for me. I'm 50. And you've been conditioned that way. You know, you've been conditioned. You're 50 and above. You've been conditioned for that way. You know, you've maybe been in a system, and you've maybe had a job where, you know, you're conditioned that you have to go to work and that you have to pay your bills, and you're conditioned from the day that you left your parents. You know, that first day you went to school, they started to condition us. They started to brainwash us to say that we have to get a good education and we have to get jobs. And we have to pay into the system. You know, that's what it does. You get a mortgage, you buy your car on finance, you buy everything's on finance nowadays with people, and we're conditioned that we have to do it, and they lock you into this slavery. They lock you into this slavery because, you know, they encourage you to get mortgages, they encourage you to get car loans and go and get your new kitchen, get finance for that, and they encourage you to do that because, one, you don't have the cash to pay for it, you know, outright, but they want you to get these loans, and they want you to get this because they know that you have to be a slave to the system to go and pay the interest, and you have to go up. You know, every morning I used to sit on a train because I lived in London, and I used to get on the train and I used to put my tools in a suitcase, and I used to get onto the train every morning and travel around London doing various plumbing jobs. And I used to sit there. There was people, you know, what I call white collar workers, people with an education, and they were the same as me. They were all sitting looking at the floor or reading their newspaper. Nobody was talking to anybody, and you could see that everybody was so sad. They were so, their lives were just, they wasn't living, and it was a point in my life that it was in 2004. I thought, I want to start making money working on the internet, and I built my first website then. Well, I paid a company to build my website, and that was the start of it for me. And from that point till about 2011, I spent thousands and thousands of dollars trying to make money working on the internet, and just kept failing time and time again. And I believed my belief system was telling me, that this is not real. You can't make money working on the internet. It's just a scam. It's a pyramid, you know. And when I speak to people, all they do, I mean, I got married recently, and a good friend of mine, he said to me, he said, what is it you're doing? You're working on the internet, aren't you? I said, yeah, I am. And he said to me, he said, it's one of them pyramid scam things, isn't it? And I said, well, if that's what you believe it is, then yeah, I suppose that's what it is. But let's face it, wherever you work, it doesn't matter, whatever you do in life, there's this pyramid structure. You know, if you look at the governments and the people, the government's at the top, and they rule the people. If you work for a company, there's the company owner, you know, or the managers above you. And if it doesn't matter what you do in life, there's always somebody above you. There's always that point above you, and it's at the tip of that, which is what the pyramid is. Life is built out of pyramids. I don't know of anything that you could join, and I'm not trying to say to you that working on the internet is not a pyramid, or it's a pyramid that you should accept. What I'm saying to you, everything in life, there's a structure to it. And unfortunately, that structure isn't the shape of a pyramid. It's somebody at the top, or a collective people at the top, whether it be a government, whether it be a board of directors or shareholders. They're the ones who make the money, the ones at the top of that structure. Now, whether you want to call it a pyramid, or whether you want to call it a triangle, whatever you want to call it, the people at the top always make the money. And then when you look at the internet, it's exactly the same. You'll get the so-called gurus, the leaders. They will tell you to join a business, pay your $20, your $50, or your $100, and you soon realise that the only people that make the money is the ones that introduce you to the business. Well, I'm involved in a business where we're turning all that upside down. We're turning it upside down. What we're doing is we're creating a system where everybody has the same advantage as the next person, or the person that behind them. You know, so for me, I've worked online now for a good number of years, since 2004, but really the last couple of years is what's been the changing point for me, is where I've actually started to make some serious money, and I live the laptop lifestyle. And I'm not telling you that to brag, I'm just telling you that, you know, I was born on a government estate, you know, so I lived in a government house, which is in England we call that a council house. I went to a government school, and you know, I left school with no qualifications. I left school and worked in a factory, so I know what it's like to start from the bottom, if you like. And believe me, I've failed and failed and failed and failed. I've failed so many times, I've lost count of how many times I've failed. But I believe that you need to go through these failures, because you know, it gives you the wisdom. You learn from your mistakes. Hopefully you learn from your mistakes, but you learn from your mistakes, and it's those mistakes that make you a better person. It's those mistakes that take you to the next stage in your life. Now, if you're looking at this and thinking, yeah, okay, Jeremy, so what's the point of all this? If you're 50 and above, and you've looked at the internet and you thought, I can't do this, it's not for me, it's for the younger people, you're wrong. You're completely wrong. Providing you still dream, and you still dream about a different life to what you have now, this is your time. This is your time. You've got another at least 40 years. I hope I live to a good ripe old age of 200. I don't know what age I'm going to die, but I know I've got at least 40 years on this earth where I can live out my dream. And if you have that dream, it's now. Now's the time. You're never too late. It doesn't matter whether you're 50, whether you're in your 60s, or whether you're in your 70s, or whether you're in your 80s. It doesn't matter the age, or your 90s. It doesn't matter your age. Provided you still got your marbles, and you still got a bit of oomph in you, and you still got that dream in you, then this is your time. This is your time. Come and join the business that I'm involved in, or at least look at it, okay? I'm involved in a business called Guaranteed Sign-Ups. Now, what does that mean, Guaranteed Sign-Ups? Well, what it means is we do 98% of the work for you. We show you how to build your business, and we even find you your customers. And when I say we find you your customers, we don't send you somebody that might be a customer. We send you a customer that's going to pay their money to join your business, our business. We're all in the same business. So if you are 50 and above, and you're thinking, this is not for me, and I'm fed up with all these scams and all that, take a look at what we've got to offer you. So all I'm asking you is, I think, 5 minutes of your time. There's another video that you'll find on a page called guaranteedsignupssystem.com. Go and watch that video. Take 10 minutes of your life, because I know this will change your life. I know that you will not regret this. It's not a quick get rich quick scheme. You're not going to be a millionaire by next Thursday. I'm not even going to tell you you're going to earn a dollar by next Thursday. But what I will tell you is that we have a system that's called guaranteed sign-ups, and we guarantee to get the people into your business. Every business needs customers, and we guarantee to get you those customers. And I don't say that lightly, because I use the word guarantee because that's what we do. 98% of the work is done by myself and the team that I work with. And I work with some fantastic people, and you'll see once you get to know, you start to look into a bit more of this business. Google it, guaranteedsignupssystems.com. Google Guaranteed Sign-Ups Review. You'll find hundreds of videos of reviews about this business. You can make a life-changing income. Now I have to put the disclaimer on. I'm not going to say you're going to earn a dollar, but I live a fantastic life. I live the laptop lifestyle, and I'm just a normal guy, and I know you can. So just take 10 minutes out of your time. 5 minutes, I believe, is going to be the next video. That's all it is. Somewhere attached to this video, whether you're watching it on Facebook or YouTube, I'm not going to put my link, because we all promote the same link. We're all part of the same business. So I'm sure you'll find some testimonials attached to this video, and there'll be a link that you can click. And that link is guaranteedsignupssystems.com. I want to say thank you for watching this video. I know I've rambled a little bit, but don't let this time pass you by. Don't let it pass you by. Let's change your life like it's changed mine. You have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye now.